It's not there.
No.
Yeah, it would be constantly, like, you'd have the thing going on if it was there.
Ah, I hate this ghost.
Yeah. Try the doorway, like right there. No, like just dig in the flashing doorway.
What?
Yeah, that little bit there where it's flashing in the doorway.
Where
No.
it stops?
Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
Are you though?
Yeah. It said red and black stripes though, and that was the one that I could think of.
Red and
Okay.
white stripes. It's the fucking wall, just randomly. That was dumb.
Okay.
That was super dumb.
That's fair.
No, it's not.
I don't know, whatever.
Not too bad.
You gotta rank C.
Yeah. Shut up.
So this is, of course, you have to remember, this is before Rouge and Eggman have started working together.
Yeah,
so
she's
that's
just
why she's breaking
in.
into his house, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, there's no emerald pieces here, lady.
Or are there? And she's gonna do this weird Mutant Ninja Turtles costume thing again. So she's walking around and they got like this weird sort of thing where she's gonna
Everyone
start
does
moving
that.
and her
Why are
hands
you
are
so
gonna go
weird about
nuts. And
it?
I hate it. I hate it so much.
I think
looks
it works
so
really
phony. That's not how people move.
They're not people. They're
That's
video
not
game
how
characters.
anything should
it's
move,
Rouge the
though.
Bat. Just let her be Rouge the Bat.
It makes it look like she's a person in a suit, and it's like
They kind of
creepy.
They're constructed in a way where they might as well be. They're mascot characters.
okay, so that kind of movement comes from the necessity for mascot characters to emote without talking. Because when you're a mascot, you're not supposed to speak. That's like a #1 Disney rule too. You don't talk while you're in the costume.
It's still effective for a speaking character if you don't have a super huge range of emotion you can give them without it looking like the
though, because
first
they
game.
move their faces around all the time in this.
Not to an extent that's all that good. I think it gives them more personality. I think it's a good idea. It's well animated.
I don't think it looks good.
It's one
at
of the
all.
few
Like,
things that these games do right consistently.
We're just gonna have to like agree to disagree on this because
yeah,
I really
on
don't
you
like
not
it at
liking
all.
animation to be expressive.
That is not it, and you know it.
Sure, they're making gestures so that you could get a better idea of their emotions and to make them seem more exaggerated because they are cartoony. They are. It's fun. There was a bat. Oh, space lava. Did you see that bat though?
Yeah, I saw the bat.
Yeah. There was a little bat that you could go and feed to your chow, and it destroys their legs when they eat it. It's weird.
It's kind of confusing, by the way, that you have Rouge the bat, and then you can actually give bats to
I want to say
chows.
that's the only redundant chow animal. Like, you don't get
I
to
think
feed
it
them
is,
hedgehogs
because you
or
don't have
echidnas,
hedgehogs or
or
foxes
foxes.
or echidnas.
But you
or,
can totally feed them a bat.
like human beings. Although giving them tiny people, I guess, would be pretty great.
Oh yeah, no, that would be great. And then they could have opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
I mean, you can feed them gorillas. That's kind of
It's
not the
close-ish.
same. But yeah, it's close enough to human.
There we go. Jump boost.
Yep. Thank goodness.
So this is the hover engine. Allows you to hover when you hold down the A button during a jump, and thank God for it, because this is like one of the
Necessary.
saving graces of the mech suit bubbles.
Totally.
Ugh. Mind you, I'm still kind of hung up over here. Because the camera does have its own area that it likes to sit in, and it is always kind of like just where you don't want it to be, basically.
Yeah, and you were just telling me like,
no,
oh,
I know,
doing it
I know,
wrong.
dude, I know.
It's like it's doing it for you too.
I know.
Oh man, there's nothing but explosives.
That's fine.
But yeah, we're in space. Robotnik's in space before everyone else because it's his space station, sort of.
Sort of.
Stole it from his grandpa, who's dead. This place has been, like, out of commission for 50 years.
Are we sure that he's in space right now?
Yes, look at these doors.
Yeah, I guess, because they are the gun...
He
the
went-
The gunship doors
Yeah.
from earlier areas.
Yeah, it's, he went to his base where he had, like, a warp or a ship or something, and he came up here.
Well, we know for a fact that he has a ship.
Yeah, and
It's that
Sonic's
horrible,
gonna steal it.
like, NASA space shuttle thing that he just keeps around.
Yeah, I don't know. He got it at a surplus sale.
Something like that. NASA surplus.
NASA overstock.
Yeah, we have too many space shuttles and we're passing the savings on.
Yeah, they gave him like some packets of ice cream and a suit with it.
Yeah, I wanted to be that he went in there and he got it from like a NASA garage sale. Like, they know that they're out of money and they need to make a little bit more to keep the space program
laid out all
going.
of their good stuff on the lawn, and Buzz Aldrin is just sitting in a chair out there with like a little cash box.
I thought you started out saying they laid all their stuff out on like the lawn and Buzz Aldrin, and I was thinking, yeah, Buzz Aldrin's sitting out there with all of the other stuff. They're just selling him. You're just gonna sell Buzz Aldrin.
He's taking the money and also giving you lemonade if you want it.
You want to buy this like I don't know, Neil Armstrong, only slightly used.
Yeah.
They'll go to any space for you.
We'll go to any space. Well, so can we send him to
space,
cyberspace?
Cyberspace,
yeah,
you name it.
I want to see NASA's cyberspace shuttles.
There's Big the cat.
Big the cat.
He's just sitting there fishing.
For space fish.
For nothing at all, because he's never catching anything up here, not even space.
Froggy was on the space shuttle.
Somebody pointed out that like half of his like stuff in this game where he shows up in is stuff in like the background where he's been incarcerated, and
yeah,
like,
he's either like behind some kind of bars or in some kind of like fatal danger.
How likely do you think it is that Froggy framed him for a series of crimes that he was incarcerated?
Oh, 100% Froggy would do that. Froggy does not give a fuck. Froggy ran into a bank and held it at gunpoint while wearing a Big the Cat suit.
Yeah. He's got a little big mask and he's like...
Big the Cat gets chased through the city and the gun truck tries to get him, and he sees Froggy in that cat suit and he's like, "Finally found you, you faker, you fake cat." And then they have to fight
and then he loses. He loses to Froggy, like in every single
Froggy
canon.
uses chaos control to get ahead of him.
Dude, Froggy's got a tail that was apparently belonging to Chaos. Like, if anybody should be able to chaos control, Froggy should be able to chaos control.
Yeah.
Big should never have been able to catch Froggy. He should have thrown his line out and Froggy just looked at him and went, "Chaos," because he had eaten an emerald by that point.
Yep.
Control, and then just vanished. And Big's like, "Oh, well, okay, I guess I can never get it."
So, this is like the world-destroying canon.
So this is the weird confirmation game where they point out that Eggman's full name is Eggman Robotnik, and his grandfather was Gerald.
Yeah, and his cousin was Maria?
Maybe Eggman's first name is it Ivo Robotnik? Yeah, and Eggman is some kind of weird nickname.
Yeah, like I don't know who came up with that, but he stuck with it.
Which is weird because Robotnik was a thing that was almost I think it was 100% exclusively
it was
in the US.
An American translation. They decided Eggman didn't sound cool enough.
And I love this weird Cthulhu wall.
Yeah.
Like, there's no explanation for this other than Gerald made it. And it's like this pink flesh wall with, like, spiral engravings in it.
And we're gonna blow up the moon.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna fill it up and then it's gonna break and the fucking pillar men are gonna just walk out.
Presumably... What? Whatever. Presumably, 50 years ago, Gerald Robotnik just had all of the Chaos Emeralds sitting around.
Well, it was 50 years ago. It was a different time.
Yeah, I guess Knuckles was like a fetus or an egg then. He'd be an egg.
Yeah, he'd be an egg.
They just had an egg in the fridge for a while and didn't bring it out to hatch it until they needed a Knuckles.
Brought it out, it popped open, and immediately rap music started playing.
And then he went and got his emeralds back.
They're like, "Knuckles, do you need a change?" And he's like, "I can feel it in my feet."
I need the emerald.
Give me the emerald.
How long was she just like grooving around up there, the inner workings of the space cannon?
Standing on the fucking ceiling.
Her hips are constructed so poorly.
Some of these.
She's got bird hips.
Some of the cutscenes with Rouge in them portray her really well, and her body is not fucked up and broken.
And then sometimes you get a look at her pelvis.
Some of them have decided that like she needs to have like 8 feet between her legs.
Yeah.
Like, by which I mean space-wise. I don't mean physical, biological.
Yeah, don't think about that.
No, but it looks like her hips get messed up all the time, and then they want to have her like kick her legs around, and it's like, that's fine, but make sure that you haven't like fucked up her pelvis, please.
Yeah.
Because it just looks awful.
Like I understand the idea of her having like the big hips, like Knuckles punches, Rouge kicks, so it makes sense for her to have a bit of a bottom heavy design. Everybody loves the big old booty.
But they give her like teeny tiny legs. And
it's just low poly makes it kind of difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and even when they tried to go in and tried to rework some stuff, they didn't rework it well enough. It's still super broken.
Yeah, she's awkward.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because the character design is, well, I was going to say the character design's fine, but it's actually like the character design.
Did you see that thing was labeled Eggman Bomb Bomb?
Yeah.
B-O-M, B-O-M.
Yeah. Pow. Or no, wait. In Dragon Ball, it literally is just bomb, isn't it?
I don't remember.
Like B-O-M. I don't know.
So he's just decided instantly to trust her.
Yeah. Well, he might be a human supremacist, but he's into that bat booty, you know?
Yeah, he might be.
No, I'm not even going to think about that. That's awful.
No, either way, he's just decided to trust her. She comes in, she's broken into this place. And he's decided, she's got a Chaos Emerald. I guess we'll give her orders and she'll totally fill them out. She'll totally do what we tell her to.
I love doing that, by the way.
Just destroying all the inert.
Yeah, all of them all
bots.
at once. Yeah. Because you also get really good scores for that. Not that the scores really matter at all, yeah.
Has there been, like, a game in which your score matters in the last 20 years?
I don't know. I guess if you really want to play this hardcore, you do get higher, like, chances for better ranks if you get higher scores.
Fuck those jets.
Yeah, you can blow the
Never
jets
forget.
up, too. Actually, if I remember correctly...
What are those little red things off of the coast?
Where?
Skybox, those.
Are
those little launch pads for more space shuttles?
Could be. What I was gonna say though, with
a cannon.
With Eggman's stuff, I think if you destroy these jets, and I could be wrong about this, I think if you destroy the jets that are inert, you have less jets to deal with later on in the game.
Oh,
I'm
never
not
noticed
100% sure.
That sounds like it would be more attention paid than you'd expect.
Yeah, then you would way more than you'd expect.
And also, since you can replay these levels, it's like, how is it tracking that?
Yeah, well, no. I mean, in this level specifically. Like, I think less jets appear. I don't know.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't think it's true.
Yeah, I might be super wrong. I think I may have read that in like a strategy guide years and years ago, but
strategy guides aren't always
strategy guides tend to lie.
Sometimes, like they tend to be just written by people who are humans who didn't work on the game.
Oh god! Every time I start talking about strategy guides, I remember. Have you ever seen there was an official strategy guide for Red and Blue? Mm-hmm. Back when the games first came out, so Red and Blue were like Game Boy. So we're talking about 1998, I guess.
In
97?
America.
Yeah, and I'm talking about the American ones. But when the strategy guides for those first came out, it was like the strategy guides had information that half the time was totally correct and then half the time was hearsay. So you had things going on in the strategy guides where they called it like Professor Oak's Corner, and it would be like bits and pieces of information where it's like, oh man, Oak has some great tips and tricks for you, and it's like Professor Oak's face with like a little blurb next to it, and it's literally Oak saying things like, man, that guy Bill sure is impressive as a collector. I wonder what he has in the garden behind his house. Maybe you should try to find it.
That's bullshit. That's not a thing at all.
Or things like, not even kidding, I think one of them was something like, if you when you get your starter, delete all of the Pokemon in your box and then release your starter on a game that's been completed, you get New Game Plus.
No.
Like, it was a bunch of stuff that was actively lying to children.
The fuck?
I think there was something about, like, Down B in there, too. Like, there's just all kinds of shit.
Down B is real.
No, Down B's super not real.
Fuck off.
Like, there's just all kinds of shit that was listed where it's just stuff where it's, like, literally whoever wrote it was doing fake. Like, just the fakest shit. And it's a strategy guide, and it's, like, Professor Oak telling kids about fake shit. You can find some of these things online if you really want to look. It's like Professor Oak's Corner or Professor Oak Says or something like that.
Is this like Prima?
I don't remember if it was Prima or not. I think it may have been like an official Nintendo
Oh
one,
god, that's even
which makes
worse.
it even worse. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it may have been a Prima guide for all that I recall.
Yeah,
I
these
just remember
things
that it
aren't
existed,
great.
and I did actually see somebody who remembered it posted online like months ago when I don't know, just like a while ago. I saw a bunch of people who also remembered it and started pulling in scans from it. So I know they exist. I know they're out there and you can find them. And it's just all sorts of lies and like awful things to tell children.
Yeah, like the people who write the strategy guides are not the people who make the games. Often they're just some guy who's like trying to build his writing career. So he's got to do something.
So he's got to fuck with children, apparently.
He's thinking, oh, well,
For like
it's,
decades afterward.
it's a whole virtual world that you can do anything in. So, like, if I make something up, it's probably true.
Yeah, maybe. Or he's doing it intentionally just to mess with people.
Maybe.
Like, I mean, that's a very real possibility. There's just some guy who's really
Yeah.
angry about his job. And
A lot
wants
of
to just take it out on
a
people.
lot of early Pokemon publicity in like magazines and stuff would get the names of things wrong.
Oh, all the time.
So like you'll see Eevees labeled as Pikachus and stuff.
I still have a bunch of tips and tricks stuff where they were talking about Eevee and calling him Pikachu. That's great, by the way. Like, when you get a whole fucking thing where it's talking about, like, Pokemon before Pokemon came out, and they have no idea what the names are. And it's not even prototype names, it's like the name of the wrong Pokemon.
Although the prototype names are kind of good
Yeah,
too.
prototype
like
names are pretty good.
S
Like
and Cargo.
Or at Atlantis.
I want to
where,
say the
Kabuto and
original,
Kabutops.
the original for Vulpix was just gonna be like Firefox
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
Firefox, and then the other one, I don't remember what the other one
I don't
was.
know.
It may have been Ninetales. Like, they might not have changed that one.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was
know.
back when they were still running off of the idea that names were going to be, I think, like 6 characters long instead of, I think, 8, if I care.
10.
Is it 10?
10.
Okay.